Do you have a hard time to find qualified leads that actually convert? Did your company maybe just raise money and your sales quota went up and you're really struggling to fulfill? Or you have an upcoming conference and you have the manpower to really go through the attendee lists and schedule the meetings that will make this conference a success? Or you have a lot of information in your CRM, but it's all outdated information and it makes it really hard for your sales team to work? I know how you feel. I tried everything under the sun. I was under a lot of pressure to deliver, and I tried buying lead lists. I thought, oh my god, this is going to work amazing, until I found out that the majority of these leads actually bounced and the rest never responded because they've been overused. And also my message was not targeted. So I tried out the other thing on having my sales guys do like really in-depth research and find relevant information so the outreach actually works. But then I watched my high-paid sales guys just spend hours and hours and hours on research, and this also wasn't really the thing because I wanted them to focus on high-value activity like connecting with our customers, talking to our customers, or talking to our potential customers and closing deals. So in this video I want to show you playbooks, things that we developed that work really, really well, things that guarantee you sales, that guarantee you people that want to work with you. The first playbook I want to share with you is how to make sure that your conference attendance is a success. We attended a lot of conferences, and in the beginning our ROI was always not really there. Actually, we just burned a lot of money on them. We had a booth and we had the whole shebang. But then we found out if we just find out who's attending these conferences in advance, then we can schedule meetings with them, and we closed so much deals from this, it was really crazy. So all you have to do is get the attendee list from the conference and reach out to these people and schedule meetings. Or you can download the app. Often the apps these days list the attendees as well. Pick out the ones who are relevant and then you hit them up. Or there's also other ways where you can see which conferences are exhibiting, and then you can outreach to these companies, to the right people, and find out who of the team is attending. Another playbook that works really well is going through public and private databases and finding your prospects in there. And the most obvious ones are just go through Xing or LinkedIn and just find people based on your ICP, your ideal customer profile, and hit them up. But you can also do way cooler stuff. One that is pretty aggressive but it works. You can go through your competitors' Twitter followers. When you use a service, you follow them on Twitter for updates. Go through this list and then pick out the ones who could be potential clients, and then you can hit them up. Works also really, really well. Or when you, let's say you're in real estate, you want to sell to realtors or you want to sell through construction companies or architects, these people are often listed within Zillow or Redfin. It's more relevant versus just like a standardized outreach to everybody. And then this really converts well. Another great playbook is land and expand. Let's say you already have a customer in Europe that you work with. Then you just find his counterpart in America or in any other country and reach out to him and say like, hey, I'm working with blah from Germany. Let's talk. Let's maybe work together as well. That becomes very relevant and there's already trust established and it's much easier to get a meeting. Another playbook is CRM hygiene. You may won't believe it, but there's actually more leads in your database than you think there is. So what we do is for customers always on a regular basis went through our CRM and made sure that our contact that we work with is actually still there. And it was always CTOs who were customers, so we checked this CTO still working for this company, is he still there? And if not, we replace them with the new person who's there now. It's important to build rapport. And we also hit up the CTO that previously worked with us because he most likely is at another company, and since he was happy with us at his old company, he will also use us at the other company. So boom, you kill two birds with one stone. You update your database, you have the right person. When you do an outreach campaign, you actually talk to the right person and you sell to the one that worked with you previously. So I'm a firm believer that if you want to be successful in outreach, you have to be relevant. If you send somebody an email, somebody that has no relation to your service, that could not use your services, then you're just flat out spamming. You have to be relevant, and ideally you have nuggets of information that make you stand out. Not just like some cold mass email. People see through if it's mass email very, very easily. But if it's personable and if it's maybe related to somebody that they just did, like, oh, I just saw you were on XYZ podcast, I really enjoyed the show, would love to talk about XYZ with you. Then people are way more open and are just not archiving or deleting your message. And this message can be an email, it can be an outreach on LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever. So make sure your outreach is relevant and detail oriented, and you're going to succeed. So how we ended up with all these playbooks was that in 2009 I co-founded a business called MaxCDN, which was a content delivery network based in Los Angeles, and I was responsible for revenue in the early days, at least. And in the beginning, growing it was fairly easy because we had a very differentiated product offering, and growing was, as I said, pretty easy. But the competition doesn't sleep, and so we decided to go up market. And I found myself competing with Microsoft, Akamai, Amazon, and Google joined as well at some point. So being a bootstrap business with no budget for sales and marketing, I tell you, it was really, really tough. These were actually pretty dark days for me. I was kind of playing it cool on the outside, but on the inside I was dying. Anyhow, thank God Samir joined, who is my business partner at TaskDrive today. He took over our sales team at MaxCDN, and he started with the lead research and the cold outreach, and he really turned our sales team into a rocket ship. And this is how we developed most of our playbooks. And Samir actually became so obsessed with this that he left MaxCDN and started TaskDrive. And after we sold MaxCDN 2 years ago or so, I joined Samir to deliver the same amazing experience that we had at MaxCDN. So you may think, how do I know that, with an outsourced team, that communication will not be an issue, that things get lost in translation, etc.? And I can assure you that we work very close with all of our customers. We're an extension of their team. We're connected with Slack with pretty much all of our customers, or in Skype for Business. And we have really figured out how to do this well. We have the processes to make sure that quality is definitely delivered. You don't work directly with a researcher, you work with a project manager who is managing the researchers, and the project manager has a separate QA team who makes sure that we always deliver quality. Some of you may think like, I'll just hire a few students who can do the lead research for me. And we have had customers who say like, okay, we're gonna try this ourselves, and they often come back because it's just really hard to find people who are really dedicated and willing to do this work. And we also have developed tools that make our researchers to deliver faster work. And since this is all we're doing, we're really focusing on doing an amazing job and delivering quality. So I'm very sure you're going to be pleased with the results that we deliver you. We have a separate service where we manage your outbound campaigns. We study what you're doing, we come up with the right emails, and we manage the outreach process. And once we have somebody interested, or somebody who wants to set up a meeting or has a very in-depth question, then we pass them off to you. So your sales team can really focus on doing what they're supposed to do, focusing on high-value activities, building relationships with prospects and customers, and closing deals. And we can do the legwork for you. Or in terms of SEO, maybe you have been struggling a lot to, get your content game on point, and you've been blogging and doing everything, and you're still not really seeing the results. Inbound needs outbound. So to be really successful with your inbound strategy, you need an outbound team that hustles and gets you backlinks. So how do you get started with TaskDrive? It's very simple actually. It's just 3 steps. First, we define what you're looking for, then we optimize, and then we do the onboarding. On the define stage, we just jump on a call and you pick one of the playbooks you want to play. Then we come up with your ICP, your ideal customer profile. You may already know it, and we can tweak it and define it. Then we come up with the cadence on how your outreach should look. And then we start to assemble your first 20, which are the first 20 leads that we deliver you. Then on the optimize stage, you get the leads, the first 20, and you go through them and give us some feedback on them. We do some fine tuning, and we also assemble your team. And the third thing is then onboarding. We connect on Slack, you define points of contact, and we also define a fallback task. Because, let's say you give us 2 tasks and we're done with this task, we deliver them to you. So we always have a task to fall back on that we can do in the background. To give you a head start, we've decided to give you 1 week of free research if you sign up today. Which is all you have to do is schedule a call, hit the schedule a call button, at the bottom right of the site, or fill out the contact form, and we will give you 1 week of free research. But this is, as I said, limited amount of time. We cannot sustain this forever, but right now, if you sign up today, you'll get this. And you have an absolutely risk-free way of test driving us and seeing how we can improve your sales.